Today's subject is that is vegetarian good? About 15 years ago, there is a famous story that the one person who is an Indian from Alaska became a nutritionist. And as he learned and studied, he consulted his patient with okay, how important nutrition are, and then explain to them, and also he practiced by himself. Unfortunately, he became sick, and in the hospital, I practice by the book, like a textbook says this way. So he eat more vegetable, but he became sick. And when he recalled that when he was young, he helped his father that to catch bears, sometimes a whale, and he caught a lot of salmon, and he ate all those animals, and he knew he was strong when he was young. Now, I became a nutritionist, and I just follow by the book. Why? I became sick. And he, recalled his memory and tried to, okay, let me eat some, meat. And he became all right, become normal now. Now, many people talk about this issue. And at the time when I remember that, nutritionists believe this is a special case, but eating vegetable is right. And I tried to find out that this story in the internet. I couldn't find it, but similar one was Inuit Paradox. Paradox. Now, this tribe from in Alaska, they eat all kinds of raw meat, but their health condition is better than anybody else. How can we explain this kind of paradox? Now we know Alaska is cold, area. Of course, when I went to Alaska during the summertime, it was not cold, but winter time, I heard extremely cold in there. I believe this person must be born in winter time. And this born in winter is nothing got to do with nutrition. Carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, minerals, things like that. Now let's look at this issue based upon yin and yang, because I am practitioner from the East. Now in the East, everything we determine yin and yang. Yin and yang. Yin means it's cold, yang means it's warm or hot. And obviously the vegetable vegetable belong to yin, animal belong to yang, and this is a fixed, and this is a movable, and we may continue, and however we can put this is the female in here and the male in here. Now this person, nutritionist, born in Alaska, belong to cold. He was born in cold. Even though he's male, he eat vegetable only. That's the imbalance in yin and yang. Now, when he was young, he caught whale. You know, once in a while that the breakable, ice breakable, ship, go into the sea and break, all the ice. Then the whale caught in the ice, can move to another area. In other words, whale live in cold sea, meaning that cold sea is cold. Anyone can survive in cold sea must be hot. So in cold weather, hot animal making balance. So when he was young, he caught bears or salmon, marine mammal, seal, things like that, reindeer, So all those are just warm personality or hot personality. So somebody believe, some scholars or scientists believe, okay, Westerner has short intestine, so therefore they have to eat more meat, and Asian people get a longer intestine because they do farming, so they have a longer intestine, so they eat more vegetable. All those make sense. But when I look at this one, I want to look at just the fundamental and basic thing. Look at all the teeth. How many teeth? Sometimes they say 28, sometimes 32, whatever. But we have canine, 4 canine, like this. What is this one? Is this for vegetable? Oh, this is for the meat. Like alligator, when they eat, they don't eat this one. They eat side. So the canine means that we should take some kind of meat too. And then the teeth was depending on 28 or 32. So therefore the canine is 4, between 1 to 7 to 8 ratio. So in other words, very small portion of meat. Or one day they eat more meat. Now, everybody know now that our body require 20 essential amino acid. And 8 of them cannot be met in our human body. So we have to take from the meat. And sometimes, you may take like vitamin mineral, you may take it some, but eventually you take it. So Western nutrition are important, but it's not perfect. This Inuit paradox is not paradox. He just belonged to only winter constitution. I am going to make a link about this one on the bottom. So we have to integrate it, Eastern and Western theory together. Then we may close to or better concept about our diet. So now the lesson is now, if the body is cold, then insisting eating only on vegetable is not good. Animal belong to young, is warm, so it better off combine some with young property. Now, as a scientist or practitioner, we have to insist in whole concept, not just what I learned. The best diet is where I was born. Then, if I was born in Alaska, the people in Alaska, the Indian eat, that is better diet. Now here's my last question to you. The people in Chicago drink orange. Do you think it's good? What about apple? In Chicago, the orange can be grown, but apple can grow. What's your choice? Thank you for watching.